Hi, and welcome back to Miss Craft's Let's Layer. I'm Barbie, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's card is showing this wonderful Crafting Forever stamp set. This is the stamp set I am speaking of. Today we're using the paint brushes and the Do Something Creative Every Day. One of my other favorite stamps on this particular set is this Crafting Forever Housework Whenever. If you know me, yeah. So I will get to showing you how to make this great card. First off, I'll go over the papers that we need. Today we're using the Tranquil Tide as a card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4 and folded, my general card base. For Lemon Lime Twist, we are going to need a piece of 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, as well as a 1 7/8 inch by a 1 3/8 inch. For Whisper White, we have a 2 by 3 piece. And we're going to be using vellum today, and this is cut at 1 3/4 inches by 1 1/4 inch. And last but not least, we are using the Wood Textures DSP, and that's the one side. There's the other side, pretty similar. This is actually cut at 1 inch by 5.5 inches. Inks today are basic black, which we're going to start off with, and the white and the vellum. We're also using to color in the paint brushes, the Lemon Lime Twist, and the Tranquil Tide. But we'll get to that here in a bit. So I am going to start off with showing you this vellum. When I first got the vellum, I had not worked with vellum before. So when I started working with this, I had such the dickens. Here is what would keep happening to me. It's all blurry and fuzzy, and I just didn't like it. When I was making this card, I was playing around and realized, first off, my black is still kind of, it isn't as juicy as my other inks, but it is a little bit wetter, I think. So one of the things that I found is if I stamp off and then stamp the vellum, it comes out a lot better. So the craziness one, and I'm trying not to smear this one, but you see the difference between the two. I like this one a lot better. So that being said, I'll let that dry out for just a little bit because the vellum is, like I said, I don't want to smear it. And while I do that, while that does that, I will stamp the paint brushes. And I am going to use, like I said, the Lemon Lime Twist. Hopefully not break my stamp pad, because that would be bad. And I'm going to be using a blender pen today. So I'm going to open it up just like this and give it a little squeeze. And it'll give me a nice little area that I can go for the ink. So I am going to go ahead and color this. And here we have a finished and colored paintbrush set. And I am going to bring out my silicone mat here. It's my silicone craft sheet. And I will show you how to adhere this vellum so then it doesn't look, you don't see as many marks. So I have my craft sheet, silicone craft sheet, and I'm going to put a dab of glue. I'm kind of generous with my glue. And in my bottle here, I have a sponge. Put it there so that way it doesn't dry out on me. So it's still kind of tacky and has quite a bit of glue still on it. But I'm just going to go on here and then I'm going to rub this glue all over the vellum. And then I'm going to go ahead and tack that down onto, got a hair on it today, whoops. But minus the hair. Just a little one. There we are. And then later on when this dries, I can just, here's some here, but you can just go ahead and just rub it right off. And the glue comes right off of it and good as new. I will put my sponge back. And my card base and my snail. Open the snail, works better that way. So I here throw some snail on here, and then we'll go ahead and put this on the front right hand side of this card. I will totally admit I'm a little on the picky side about this one. I think that's good there. And now this has gotten a bit of a chance to dry. Still, I'm not going to go too crazy on it because I don't want to smudge it or mess up the paper. It's a little bit easier to do the, I ummed again, sorry guys. It's a little easier to use the blender pen on the Whisper White. I'll do aqua pen and the whole 9 yards on Whisper White. I'm not scared. And so I'm going to go ahead and center this on the front of my card. Not centered on the front of the card, but centered there in the Tranquil Tide part of the card. Throw some snail on the back of the sentiment. And I'm going to put this off a little bit, like so that the one side is maybe about halfway into the wood DSP, because I think it looks a little bit better that way. Now, to add just a little bit of bling, I have my pearl rhinestone, pearl basic jewels, similar to the rhinestones that I wanted to call them. And then I just took these little ones, and I'm going to, and I started off the side of the sentiment, put the first one in the middle, so then that way I can get it centered. And I do these by hand. I've seen some that do this with a little tool, if anyone knows what that tool is called. But as you can tell, I'm sitting here struggling with it. It does not want to go where I want it to go. There we go. And so then you can kind of push them around before you set them in place. Push them down. You can kind of put them where you want to and make sure that they're centered right and pretty. And here we are, a finished card. I hope that this gets you motivated to go to your craft room and try this out. And if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe to this video and this channel. There will be more videos, I promise that. And I'm saying a lot again, sorry. Yes. And so until next time,